Virginia upsets FSU. Let's go ahead and dig into this because I believe this game was interesting. And a lot of people wrote Virginia off. And I told FSU fans, I said, hey, you cannot write Virginia off. I looked at their quarterback. I looked at their team. Their team is decent. They're not the best. They can definitely lose. And they almost sold the game multiple different times. But they're just good enough to maybe they can sneak in and win a game. But here's the hard truth that FSU fans need to hear is that when you beat Bama, right? That's a great opening statement to the season. But anybody who knows football and watches football, you know Alabama is not the Alabama of Nick Saban. Alabama is not the Alabama that's rolling. Just not it. They just weren't it. They weren't getting to the ball. There was no hype on their team. I didn't see no discipline being given out to the coaches. Their star players were asleep. And a lot of players were out injured for whatever reason. It was a decent win. It did not show me it didn't make a statement in my mind like, oh my goodness, Florida State is back. It just didn't. That's the real reality, right? I feel like Virginia probably could have walked in there week 1 and beat Alabama. Anything can happen. You go on to play Kent State in East Texas, A&M. I don't even think Kent State won a game last year. You blow them out. That's what you should do. That's normally what you do when you face cupcake teams is you blow them out. I think at this point, FSU fans are feeling the hype of this. You're 3-0. You're blowing out the 2 nobody opponents. You just beat Bama. And now you think that you have the whole season under control. Talking about a national championship. Florida State, you cannot get so tied up into the future national championships, ACC Conference Championship. Worry about each game. The fan base has to help with this as well, right? When I looked at predictions for this Virginia game, I seen 63-7. I seen all kind of stuff. And I was telling my family and friends and things, I said, this game is going to be closer than what people think. I think Virginia stays in this thing. I told them I believe Florida State wins, but it ain't going to be by much. That was my honest opinion about this game. On the Virginia game specifically, I was not sold on Castellano, however you say his name, on Tommy C. I wasn't sold on him. I believe that I see a team of Florida State almost acting within the same way they did with Jordan Travis. Jordan Travis is a heck of a football player. Tommy C is a heck of a football player. I don't like how much they are being used to run the football. You maybe can get away with this with weaker opponents. And I know he got shooken up last week against Kent State, and this is what I'm talking about. Jordan Travis was taken out at a lesser game against a lesser opponent when he shouldn't have been doing all that running. And I believe that you cannot sustain this type of mobility in a quarterback. There's times you don't have to scramble. You have a running back. Their running back for FSU, they substituted like 2 or 3 of them, and they were getting yards. They were getting the job done. But you instead want to take off. All other teams are going to do is put spies on you and set you up to get clapped like they did a lot of times last night. Even after he threw the ball, they were on him. They gave him some nice hits. That's going to start to add up sooner or later. That's going to take a toll sooner or later. I suggest Florida State save Tommy C before it's too late. Before he gets injured and you're in another position to where you might have won the ACC or came close to where you can get in this playoff system. But you don't have a quarterback, so you might get in this time because it's not just 4 teams anymore. But you're going to have to face a higher ranked opponent that's not going to take it easy on you. I think Virginia played decent. I thought the very first quarter was amazing. I really thought so. I thought that Florida State made a lot of mistakes in the beginning, right? You got the fumble, you got interceptions, you got all these kind of things. Florida State made a lot of mistakes. And that's what gave Virginia hype. Virginia goes up 14-0 in the first half. Now, I don't count Florida State out. It could be 21-0 with Florida State having 0. I don't count them out. And it seemed like in the second quarter, it flipped. Virginia Tech threw 2 interceptions, almost back-to-back, which gave Florida State the ability to go and score 21 unanswered points. Very reckless on Virginia. I thought you never want to play conservative, but at the same time, remember this, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Checkdowns add up. Their first 2 drives, their first 2 touchdowns was mainly checkdowns. Run play, check down. Run play, check down. Check down, check down, run play. QB scramble. When it was needed. I liked how they went down before the half and scored and got back into it, right? Because it was 21-14 FSU lead. They went down the field with under 4 minutes to go, scored a touchdown. I think they had like 12 plays. 11 of them were on the ground. I mean, absolutely dominated and scored. Florida State had about 56 seconds to go. Norvell comes out with a run play, burns about almost 15, 20 seconds of clock. Then they decide they want to score. And I said, because I had a watch party doing this live, and I said, if Norvell's going to have to make a decision. Do you want to score here or do you want to take it to the half? You can't have both. You can't run the ball, let the clock drain, and then say, hey, I'm going to call timeouts and try to score now or get in field goal range. You're going to do one or the other. You're either going to take to the half or you're going to try to get a touchdown or a field goal. That's how calculated you have to be. Second half comes up after halftime. Florida State gets shut out. It's 4th down. They miss a field goal. Virginia Tech goes. They take advantage of this and basically puts Florida State back in the running, which means that Virginia Tech has 7. They're up 7. FSU has to score and then hope they can stop Virginia just to score again. And that's how we got to overtime in the first place. Now, a lot of controversial calls went out in overtime, right? Specifically the one where it was a touchdown catch to, I think it was Deuce, where he was bobbling it in the end zone. A lot of people are saying Florida State got cheated. I think it was the appropriate call. If you're watching that replay, he didn't have control of that football. At the very, very, very end, it was in his hand, but the football was still moving. And although he might have been trying to get it away from the defender, it was too much movement to say he had full possession of that football. We cannot say that's a bad call. We just can't say it. I mean, and here's the thing. The refs can't cheat you if you go out and dominate your opponent. If you score 40, guess what? Did the refs cheat y'all when you played Kent State? Did the refs cheat us when we played East Texas? Because you put up so many points, if the ref did cheat you on one play, you didn't care. You were up 50 points. That wasn't the case here. And in overtime, Virginia goes, they score, they go for 2. Florida State gets the ball back. They did not get a first down on the second portion of overtime. They didn't get a first down. Third down was that controversial catch that was ruled incomplete. He did not have full possession of it. And 4th down, they put a lot of pressure on Castellanos for one of the very few times that night and forced him to, he made a decent throw. It was just low. When you're trying to throw it like that, that's hard to do. And when you have that much pressure in your face, that's hard to do. Florida State, I think what we need to do now is you need to take it game by game. Stop looking ahead. Stop all the talking. We're going to beat our opponents by 60. Stop it. Let it go. The goal shouldn't be to beat. Well, the goal should be to beat your opponent by how many points you want to, but the goal is to win. The goal is to win. It's not a good look that FSU got beat by an unranked Virginia team who recently lost to NC State. It's not a good thing. For Virginia, I think this is a great thing. Your season picks up. You have a chance to probably go win the ACC. I don't think you will, but you have a good chance to win the ACC now because you knocked out one of the top contenders in the ACC. The rankings are going, and the ACC rankings are going to be favored of you because you beat the number 8 team in the country and a contender in the ACC. Virginia, congratulations on your win. Storm the field. I mean, how Virginia felt against Florida State is how Florida State felt against Bama. Just a better game. It was an all-out great game at the end. I really liked it. It kept us on our toes. There's no way you turn that off and know someone has the win. Kept us on the toes. Florida State, what we've seen against Virginia, poses great concerns against Miami. The level of play that Miami brings versus what we've seen for Florida State against Virginia last night, it causes great concern on how Florida State's going to do. I'm not saying Miami's the best team out there. Any team can be beat, as we see with Virginia beating Florida State. But this is a game Miami's not going to take lightly because Florida State already has a loss. It would have been undefeated versus undefeated, but they already have a loss. So you're going into this already kind of defeated. Miami has something to protect and defend. I believe that Miami's defense is going to shut down a lot of the things that we saw that Virginia couldn't. Virginia's defense couldn't hold water. Florida State's defense couldn't hold water. I believe that with a more experienced quarterback like Carson Beck, he ain't the greatest, but he's more experienced. If Carson Beck was on Virginia's team, Virginia wins that game by probably 2 touchdowns. Because those 2 picks most likely wouldn't be there, especially not that horrible. Last year, Miami had a problem on defense because Cam Ward was putting up 50, 60 points a game just for their defense to give up 50, 60 points a game. That's hard to do. Now, Miami's defense is more solidified. They're holding opponents. And with this being a rivalry game, you're going to get everything everybody has. So I hope Florida State can remember this kicking that Virginia just gave them. Put that into the game plan against Miami and play real football. Improve where you need to improve at. And stop saying you're going to blow somebody out by 60 because that's not the case when you're facing decent level opponents. Miami won't lay down, and they feel like, hey, y'all just lost to Virginia. We're undefeated. We're better than y'all. I just say Florida State, be careful because it can go bad quickly. I think that it's anybody's game. I think that Florida State has enough talent to win this game. I believe that Miami has enough talent to win this game. I don't know who is going to win this game. I don't know who I would bet on right now because you never know how this is going to go. But I just hope we have a competitive game, and I hope that it's as good as this Virginia game was. I haven't been as excited for a football game on Friday night in a long time. And Florida State and Virginia supplied that for us, which is crazy. With Miami and Florida State, keys to the game for Miami is keep Tommy C. Castellanos, whatever his name is, keep him in the pocket. Do not let him out. Keep him in the pocket. Do not let him out. And if he does leave the pocket, you punish him greatly. Make sure that Deuce is locked down. Deuce was his favorite target all night. Make sure Deuce is locked down. Set him up for some picks. That's a big boy now. But I think Miami has the size and the depth to do so. And Miami's offense just has to make sure they do not turn over the football. You score on majority of drives. Use the running game. As we can see, Florida State was weak against the running game last night. Use the running game to your advantage. Weigh on Florida State's D-line and push them out of the way. You keep running, make them creep up, and shoot deep when you see opportunities there on a play action. But take the easy because 3 or 4 yards of play is taking a profit. Incomplete passes on first and second down, it's not taking a profit. Florida State, you have to come into this game like you're undefeated. Don't talk like you're undefeated. Come into this game with the mindset that you are undefeated. Come into this game with the mindset that you are the kings of Florida. Be ready to dominate mentally, physically, and all that stuff. Defense has to be stronger to stop the run game. You have to plug the run game. If Miami runs through you, you lose the game. Passing game is okay, but we have to make sure we stop the run. I hope they keep Castellanos Castellanos in the pocket more this game. I hope they keep him in the pocket more this game. I don't believe he should be running around all over the place. Keep him in the pocket more, protect your quarterback. Let him use that arm. Give him the protection he needs to use his arm to make big plays down the field. We know he can do it. And use your running backs to run the ball. That's what you need. The first team to come out and show domination is going to win, right? With Virginia, even though they did dominate in the first quarter, in the start of the second quarter, they're not a team that if they dominate, Florida State can always come back. I don't know if Miami's in that same boat. If Miami gets a large lead with the defense they have and the offense they got, I think that Miami grows on that lead. So you don't want to get out of it. And stop the stupid mistakes. You have to control the ball and just play smart. Do not give Miami anything that's going to cost your team a touchdown or cost your team to lose the game. That's the key to the game. We'll be having a watch party Saturday when it happens. We'll be live on all platforms, and we'll dig deeper into this conversation. I know this was a longer video, but these are the keys and these are the things that I see about Florida State. Florida State is a team that's capable. They can absolutely do it. They can absolutely win the rest of the ACC, but we cannot get big-headed. We cannot walk around like you're the talk of the state when Virginia just whooped your butt, basically. Can't do it. You got beat. The number 8 team in the country got beat by an unranked team. You need to calm down, go back to the drawing board, and get back to basic domination and the level of focus that you had against Alabama. Because I didn't hear no, we're blowing Bama out 60 to whatever. People just wanted to win the game. Let's get back to that. There weren't many mistakes during the Alabama game. Let's get back to that. And Miami's coming for it all. I appreciate you. I don't know who I got winning this game. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I think that both teams have an equal opportunity to win it, like every single weekend. But I appreciate y'all. I love you. If you enjoy the content, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section what you think. Put your predictions in the chat if you have one. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.